Hello, and welcome to Chamber Music Marysville. This is part of our musical Mosaic series where our performers bring their repertoire favorites. Tonight we will hear French vocal music from the late 1800s. The music to Romance was written by Claude Debussy in 1885. The lyrics are by French poet Paul Bourget. Bourget was a French novelist and critic. He was nominated for the Nobel Prize in Literature 5 times. His poems inspired a number of Debussy songs like Beau Soir, and he wrote the poem La Mer, which inspired the orchestral work. The following is the English translation to the lyrics of Romance. The spent and suffering soul, the gentle soul, the fragrant soul, of the divine lilies which I gathered in the garden of your thought. Where then have winds driven it? That adorable soul of lilies? Is there no perfume left of the celestial sweetness of the days when you enveloped me in a transcendent vapor of hope, of faithful love, of beatitude, and of peace? Rita Benton, an important researcher, librarian, and Fulbright scholar of the 20th century, explains that Debussy's compositions are not substantial in number compared with other composers of the 1800s. But his music for piano and solo voice dominate his best-known works along with his solo piano music. He brought a revival of the prestige of French music worldwide. He wrote 1 opera, several choral works accompanied by piano or orchestra, and a few orchestral works. Before this, the German music scene had dominated, with Austria or Germany being the hub of interest. Debussy was making Paris the place to come for musical studies and performances. Debussy is the most well-known of the impressionistic composers, but he actually rejected that term. He stated that it was intended for the visual arts. Debussy was interested in the French tradition of clarity, precision, and conciseness. He was also well connected with poets of his time, including Paul Bourget, who wrote the lyrics to Romance. This is part of a set of 2 pieces referred to as the 2 romances, so it is sometimes referred to by its first line, La Mer évaporée. This means the spent and suffering soul, or literally, the evaporated soul. Our soloist is Jenn Evora with Stacey Eliason at the piano. This was recorded in November of 2021 at the Octave 9 recording studio at Benaroya Hall, part of the Raisbeck Music Center performing space.
La mer évaporée et souffrante, la mer douce, la mer adorante et déliciva, que j'ai collée dans les jardins de ta pensée. Autant que les vents l'ont-ils chassée, cette âme adorable délice. N'est-il un pur parfum qui reste, tel la suavité céleste, des jours où tout m'enveloppait d'une évapore sur notre reine. Fête d'espoir, d'amour fidèle, de béatitude et de paix.
Jenn Evora has always loved singing. From a very early age, it was apparent that music was always going to be a big part of her life. She had the opportunity to study and perform solo and choral music from grade school all the way through college. Since then, she has had the great privilege of singing with various choral groups up and down the Puget Sound from Bellingham to Bellevue. Currently, Jenn sings with the Mill Creek Chorale and has also had the great privilege of being invited to sing with Chamber Music Marysville for the virtual concert series, where she is so thankful for the opportunity to share her passion with others. The next song is Le Secret by Gabriel Fauré. The modern-day researcher and violinist Timothy Jed explains the music in this way. Throughout Gabriel Fauré 1879 song Le Secret, serene, hypnotically repeating chords in the piano toll like an immortal bell. We drift into a detached dreamscape. The song's text is a setting of Paul Armand Silvestre's poem Mystère, from the collection Le Pays des Roses, written in 1882. Its 3 stanzas blur the lines between dawn, day, and night. A sense of transcendental mystery is captured in Fauré's music. It alludes to the simplicity, inevitability, and lament we often hear in Schubert's songs. The following is the English translation to the lyrics of Le Secret. I want the morning not to know the name that I told to the night. In the dawn wind, silently, may it evaporate like a teardrop. I want the day to proclaim the love that I hid from the morning and, bent over my open heart, to set it aflame like a grain of incense. I want the sunset to forget the secret I told to the day, and to carry it away with my love in the folds of its pale dress.
Je veux que le matin l'ignore, le nom que j'ai dit à la nuit, et qu'au vent de l'aube sombré, comme une lampe, il s'évapore. Je veux que les jours les proclament, la mort comme un ange caché, et seul mon cœur veut pencher, comme un grand dansant, il l'enflamme. Je veux que le couchant l'oublie, le secret que j'ai dit toujours, il l'emporte avec mon amour, oublie de sa robe pâlie. Fourth time's our charm.